Let's get into the agenda, and at the top, the verdicts that Carlton knew was coming but still would have lived in fear of for most of the day. A two-match suspension for the captain, Patrick Cripps. It rules him out of these two games that will determine their finals participation unless they go to the tribunal tomorrow night and argue successfully to beat it.
Rich with a well-timed fist. Cripps thunders into Archie. Rich and Gardner want a piece of him in the background. Patrick Cripps, the captain, understanding this game is slipping away and wanting to make a physical statement. Cal Archie in a bad way.
Because he was trying to spoil the ball in the air, I suspect that's incidental contact.
He's left the ground, his eyes are on the ball and he takes him off late as he's about to make contact.
I thought it was a good contest. I mean, the umpire probably told the story, didn't he? He didn't even pay for a kick. There's microseconds in it. So if we're asking players to make microsecond decisions, I don't know whether the game enables that.
I don't know if that's a microsecond decision. Coming in, he's off the ground, his shoulders ducked, he's ready for contact, he knows he's going to be late.
There was at a time when they were under the pump and the skipper needed to make a physical presence. So he went to make a physical impact. Unfortunately, he's going to get it slightly wrong.
I don't think he's there to cradle the person to the ground, is he? You know, it was unfortunate. We hope he's okay. We've also got to respect that the game's going to be evenly contested, and that looked like an even contest to me.
Was it a reasonable way to contest the ball? That's where it will all swing tomorrow night. The Blues started to prepare their case last night, so they've given themselves the maximum time to refine it before they argue it. Where are you?
Oh, what a confusing world it is. You listen to Lee Matthews, Jonathan Brown and Michael Voss. My flinch reaction, to borrow your favourite word, flinch, my flinch reaction, Gerard, was, you're gone, Patrick Cripps. You are gone. Jumped off the ground. But I said the same when Willie Rioli jumped off the ground. We, at the time, were gobsmacked, Gerard, when they appealed and they got off. I remember going, what? What? So if they do, the precedent is now in tribunals, isn't it? I think.
It is. It is.
So they'll put it up and it'll be interesting. I don't think the tribunal can suspend him if they put up the Willie. But my gut feel is no, we can't do that. We can't have that in our sport anymore. Jumping off the ground, thinking you're going to contest. No, I'm going to be a fraction late, brace, bump, take him out and he's off the ground with concussion. Mistakes are made, but some mistakes are accentuated by the actions of one player. He didn't mean to do it, but what's more important, he didn't mean to do it, or the health... Look at that photo, the health and safety of Archie. What's more important in our game?
Yep. I'm not sure the Willie Rioli is quite the cookie-cutter fit that it's been made out to. It's useful. I don't think it gets the whole way.
What's the difference?
There's a couple of prescriptive elements to it, right? Is it a bump? If it's a bump, it's sudden death. There's strict liability. So Carlton first has to prove that it's a spoil rather than a bump.
A spoil or a try and contest the ball?
So if it's a bump, he's out.
Did he try and spoil the ball?
Well, where's his shoulder, where are his hands, where are his eyes? So this is the case tomorrow night,
because he jumped to protect himself.
So first they have to show it's not a bump. The second part is, was there an alternative? Was there an alternative to tackle rather than to leap and...
No, he didn't have the ball. He didn't have the ball.
So that would play for him, if that's the way you approach it.
That is the split second that Voss is talking about.
Did he reach for the ball adequately? So the Rioli case swung and the tribunal said that right until the very last moment he was contesting the ball.
I think...
Will that hold true for Cripps? So these are the questions in the case tomorrow night.
But isn't it... It's not ridiculous. The nth degree we go to decide whether that's a bad act or not.
Yeah.
See, how close did his hand get to the pill? Patrick Cripps, I think Patrick Cripps is a very fair footballer. I think he plays in a manner that people like. He will be giving his testimony tomorrow night, and I think he'll say the ball was in dispute, I went for it, I jumped at it, and right at the last second I realised I wasn't going to come there, so I braced. Now, is that a suspension? I think that's what Willie did. I'm going to get it right at the last section. He tucked in and bumped. So I think they're a lot similar to what you think, but you're better at breaking down the minutiae.
It's a really interesting case because the ramifications.
Can't believe it's come up again, mate.
Aren't they? Yeah, but
cannot believe it.
These are once a month.
So what? Right now, they will appeal.
Yes.
Okay.
They've been preparing their case since last night.
So what do you think will happen?
I think he'll be found guilty.
I thought that, but I've now changed my mind.
Yep.
I think he'll be found not guilty.
So this will be right in the margins, and the consequences are enormous because this is a fixture, Carlton and Melbourne, that 2 months ago we were salivating over. It's lost some of its appeal. The anticipation has been, in a way, replaced by trepidation because the midfield matchups aren't what they were going to be. And if Cripps is not there, it makes Carlton's task all the more immense after what we saw yesterday.
We should have a little wager. Do you want to have a wager? You like red wine, don't you? We'll have a bottle of red.
Sure.
Say it on red. Say it on red. Penfolds, we'll have a bottle of red, okay?
Okay.
Beauty.
What